everyone. So in this panel, we're going to talk about why social medias are not for NFTs. And if you've been following the NFTs, the Web3 panels over the past few days, you know there's a lot happening. Even though it's a down, it's a bear market, there's still a lot happening. A lot of social media platforms coming into the market. So with that being said, we're just going to go around and just introduce, if you would just introduce yourself and just say what company you're with, where you're based out of, and just say 1 or 2 lines about yourself.
Okay, hello everyone, I'm Bartek, and I'm here with a Web3 company which is called Fanadise and the TradeSwap, but my background is influencer marketing agency, so I created and founded one of the biggest influencer marketing agency in Central Eastern Europe, which is called DDOB. So I was literally working in social media for my whole life. I was also the guy who was bringing TikTok when it was by then called Musical.ly to Poland. And I even got some videos where I got like 80 million views. But now I believe the future is in a Web3. I believe the future is in NFTs. So I'm fully into Web3. We build dynamic NFT infrastructure. We launch our own NFT collection. And I'm also a holder, a collector. I own a lot of monkeys, those digital monkeys that are worth a lot of money. So yeah. That's my background.
Yes, hello. My name is Alex. I'm CEO of Relictum Pro. Relictum Pro is advanced blockchain platform, layer 1 blockchain, crypto ecosystem. So we are suitable for NFTs, tokens, decentralized storage files. And we think that today NFTs is the most undervalued crypto segment that can help to grow all crypto ecosystem because it has a lot of different various utilization options also for social media, especially for social media because social media have so many things that can be represented like NFTs, avatars, different pictures, posts, tweets, and everything.
Hi, I'm Lucija. I'm from Slovenia, and together with Klemen here, we have a company, Ballies, which is a sports gaming ecosystem with the vision to onboard Web2 sports enthusiasts and gamers to Web3. My background is actually in advertising communications. I've been in advertising and still am actually in my whole career. So we used digital platforms and social media all the time as parts of our digital campaigns.
Hey everyone, as Lucija said, I'm Klemen, also part of Ballies. And yeah, my background actually is I'm a graphic designer and illustrator. But yeah, through the journey with NFTs, like probably all of us here, we tend to wear different hats. So yeah, we will have something to say about this topic.
Yes, hi everyone. My name is Vladimir. I develop layer 1 blockchain. I also develop Web2, Web3 applications, mobile web. And as for NFT space, we do different interesting stuff, real-backed NFTs, copyright NFTs for cinema, for musicians. So we try to exploit NFTs in a new way for the copyright or content creators to transfer the value to their fan base and audience.
Perfect, thank you. So first thing first, I want to get an understanding of which social media platform, out of all the ones that we have, and just so you guys have a sense, I guess, in the audience, in January this year, Twitter entered the Web3 with their avatars. In February, I believe, YouTube, and then in August, Instagram, Meta. So Facebook and Meta, they started their journey into the Web3, and so has Reddit. And recently, Reddit just entered the market with 1.3 million active wallets, which is more than the largest marketplace out there. But my question to you guys is, which social media platforms do you think they're doing it the best as they're entering this market? And then why do you think that's the case?
Okay, so we can start from me. So, I think none of them is doing it good, but it's good they are at least starting and trying. So because Twitter was the first, obviously, with verification of the NFT profile pictures that you were able to connect the wallet. And yeah, there was a lot of fun about it, how they did it, but at least they did it. And now we are also working with Instagram pretty closely in their NFT integration. I don't know how much I can disclose, but you can already see there are like few celebrities that are able to put all their NFTs on the Instagram as a special feed. And then there are some selected countries that you got some of the functions that are coming. So I think Instagram is going a bit bigger than what Twitter did. But what I think is really important here, yeah, and of course Reddit, that was a great success from Reddit. But what I think is most important here, social media, what I believe is the social media will be the way of spreading adoption into crypto. So of course, from one side, we got gaming, but not everyone is a gamer. And the gaming industry is growing. There will be like 100 million people coming from gaming to the crypto. But the social media, everyone is using social media. And exactly what Evan was talking before, we see this big pivot from the physical experience into digital. Our attention is moving to digital. There are even studies that over 60% of Generation Z millennials, they care more about their digital profile than the physical one. And because of this pivot and the NFT integration in the social media, we'll see like a really big mass adoption of crypto coming this way. But what is funny and what I believe will happen, people will even not realize they are owning NFT. So we already see it with Nike and with some other brands that they move from calling it NFTs to digital goods, to some digital collectibles, because the NFT is kind of controversial. It's funny because our perception is crypto is the most controversial, then NFT is a bit less. That's why the brands are jumping into NFTs. But digital collectibles, they are totally fine. But it is all the same, as you obviously know.
Yeah, just to summarize it, so the concept is the avatars, right? So yeah, that's what they're really using it as.
Yeah, not only avatars, also digital collectibles. So you will be able to show all your collections. Like, I believe we'll all have identities, our digital identities as NFTs, and we will be developing those NFTs. That's exactly, because if you think about NFT, you probably know Bored Apes, CryptoPunks. This is like a static NFT, right? This is a token which is pointing to the picture and some metadata. But we built something what we call dynamic NFT infrastructure, that you can change those metadata and change those everything what you're pointing in time. And this gives you this amazing opportunity to build your digital identity in time, right? So we can add more stuff into this identity. And I think you can find a lot of use cases in gaming, but also in social media.
Cool. So the avatar, the flexing it online, and then also the identity. So Alex?
Okay. I see today a lot of experiments with NFTs in social media. First of all, of course, it's Twitter with their avatars, or maybe with nicknames, or maybe, I prefer Telegram for chatting, for messaging, for microblogging, and today Telegram give option to buy, unique name through their auction platform, and I think they will grow their features in NFT markets, and like one of the most progressive company in this area today, I think they will give a lot of different options for developers, for users to use NFTs. Also, I think NFTs, it's the most preferred way to do security authentication for accounts, for verification, because today is important. For example, before we go to the stage, I just check Elon Musk account, and there is something about, just imagine, 200 million subscriptions, 200 million, and just if you will see to his post, there is only something about 50K likes. So we can just imagine how many bots are there. It's like joke, and I think NFT can fix it also, and we'll see.
Yeah, just to also add on to that. So under 500,000 users on Twitter, they were verified. And then Elon Musk just came, I want to say last week, he started just telling people he doesn't like the peasants and, what do you call it? Peasants and something else. But anyways, he didn't want the concept that people were getting verified by just being different than other people. He wanted everyone to have verification. And he started giving out verification to everyone. You can still tell if it's different, right? So you can click on the verification of people and see if it's verified because of it's a notable person or it's just because they subscribe to the $8 subscription. And it didn't work out. So he stopped it. So what Alex is saying is the NFTs you can use them for authentication so people don't get scammed, no more impersonation, so on and so forth.
By the way, this function will be relaunched on 29th. It was already announced, so they're coming back to this. Yes.
Yeah. So they literally just realized that's even worse to do that. So
I got no idea, but yeah. They're gonna try to relaunch it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So the question was which platform? Yeah.
Which social media platform is doing it best?
I think they are all like starting. I wouldn't say they're like doing really bad, but we're like at early stages. So I would give them like a benefit of a doubt, or like they are all doing something which is better than nothing. And I think like social media, all of the platforms will have a huge impact of like making this mainstream. And I think that, like, with that reason, Reddit is I would say, like, the one that I would mention the most, because they managed to onboard, as you said, like 2.5 million.
1.3.
Okay.
It's 1.3 million.
1.3 million wallets or something like that, without mentioning the word NFT, which I believe is the key that this technology will go mainstream when people will not like even think that this is an NFT or whatever. So social media will have a big part in it. So Reddit did it already. And I think this is the way to go. So that's why I chose the Reddit example.
Right on.
I agree. It's still early. We are all trying to figure out where this can go. But through my eyes, probably the biggest potential has Instagram, because like NFTs are still like profile pictures and art, and just the nature of Instagram, I think, just like fits like a glove. And yeah, like basically we want to flex with NFTs and show them off, and like Instagram is the perfect place to do that.
Makes sense.
So me neither. I don't like any of them, to be honest. I hope that we'll see the new generation of. So I think current social medias, they're like sexes to dexes. So we see centralized social medias taking control of the new technology. But my personal belief is that eventually we're going to see some of the traffic move to so-called true decentralized social medias. And this is what I'm really fascinating about. And because the technology of blockchain at this time is already, and I'm not only talking about our blockchain, the way I see it develops right now, it's already there for most of the data that you do in NFT space, including binary data, including videos, including, you name it, any type of digital data. You already can store it efficiently on the blockchain. You can control the rights of accessing. You can use public and private keys to have the full control of the data that you own and the way you distribute it, and even the copyrights. So this is what's interesting, and this is probably what I'm really excited about. Current social medias, I think they're just, you know, using this trend, trying to eat this small piece of pie. And once we see social media collapses, like in sexes, we see collapses of sexes, like FTX, the big ones already. We'll see the migration of users to the truly decentralized social medias.
Okay, and now, if you notice, most of the panelists here, they just talked about the centralized social media platforms. We do have decentralized social media platforms as well. So maybe that's the question, is that do you think it's better decentralized social media platforms come into play versus social media platforms, and why? Because, so for example, we have Decel, That's a decentralized social media platform, but there are barely any NFTs on them, and they don't have as many wallets as, let's say, Reddit has, and let's say OpenSea is the largest marketplace. So like these are a lot of these companies like Web2 type of mentality. They're centralized companies. So do you guys think it's better for the NFTs, better for the crypto community if decentralized community, decentralized, I guess, social media platforms come into play more so than the centralized one? And if so, why?
So I would love to say decentralized, but it is not that easy, and I think it's a bit utopian vision. And I will tell you a really simple example for what we've seen when in my influencer marketing agency. So there was a time on YouTube where they were not really, same on TikTok, they were not really checking the content. So everyone was able to publish whatever they can, maybe not with the video, but especially with the live stream, right? There was no monitoring of what people do on the live stream. And this was when the era of the pathos stream rise, right? So people were doing like crazy stuff on the live stream, like, you know, kids were watching it, they were drinking alcohol, fighting with each other. Like I saw the streams where someone was like beating his mother, etc., etc. So we had this crazy stuff, and when it was only regulated by algorithm, it was even popping up on the top of the YouTube, because we as a human, unfortunately, we love to watch this kind of stuff, which is like extreme on the side, then we can compare and say, oh, this guy is an animal. So this is a super big problem, and full decentralization and only algorithms cannot solve this. So I would love to say, yes, decentralization. I know there's a lot of platform, but right now we've not too big success. So I'm really wondering like what Jack Dorsey is working on. And yeah, I hope we'll find a way to do it this way. But right now it's super hard. And I think it's a bit utopian vision for now. If someone is telling me, hey, everything will be decentralized, there'll be algorithm doing all the stuff, and no one will like, you know, curate it. And yeah, that would be pretty hard.
You know, I think that there is no possibility to become a decentralized social network like Facebook or, you know, like Twitter, because the main concept of decentralization and blockchain is non-editable blocks and non-removable information. But when you use different social networks, sometimes you can put something wrong, and you want to change it. But in decentralized blockchains, decentralized social media, you can't do it. So I think, like in Web 1, there was transformation to Web 2 through social media. So now it's transformation from Web 2 to Web 3 through social media too. And I think we can just look to Meta. They tried to do it first. They tried to do a very big step. They just changed the brand name. Today there is no more Facebook, and our children will not see Facebook. They will see Meta. So I think it's only for centralization, but it's not, it's not bad, because there are a lot of for crypto. There are other utilities, and social media, they use it, they try to integrate with it, and they realized new world and new you.
Yeah, I think for all the early birds in this space, we all probably have a wish. Yeah, decentralization is kind of better because of like your own data and stuff like this. But I can't imagine this happening. That the colleague there mentioned, that people will start migrating to decentralized social media, because like I don't see that happening for years to come, because there will not be demand. Those early birds will migrate, but the mainstream will not, because it's a huge learning curve, and that's why I think social media that are like now, they will change. Of course, Facebook they want to be a metaverse company, not a social media company and stuff like this. They will evolve, and they hopefully will push this forward, like NFTs, digital collectibles, however we want to call it. And they will play a big role. Like, of course, I wish, and we all wish, that they will also evolve in this matter, like in this decentralization aspect. But like, we will see. We will have to wait a few years to see what will happen. But yeah, I think social medias are now, they are like better in breaking this barrier of entry to this space.
I agree. I don't see, I don't know, onboarding people to decentralized social media platforms. I think it's easier for those people to just enter through the platforms that they know, that might make the transition easier. And I don't really believe they will move from those decentralized to decentralized platforms.
Well, I might be the only one to disagree with the guys, because I see this parallel when Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies appeared. The real motivation, like in 2012, that I had when I first encountered it, that I, the first time in my life, understood that finally I have a method of owning the money and assets fully. And now, for me, it's obvious that this same absolutely problem is in social medias, because the data you really publish and create, you don't own it. It's owned by monopolies, which impose the privacies and censorship and monetization policies that you have no control of. That means that this market eventually will be fit by some players, maybe ecosystem players, some blockchain. By the way, technology is there. You can erase data on ledgers and modern ledgers. It's not that, like everyone thinks, that ledger is something built in stone. You have these technologies. For example, now blockchain, we have storage fees. If you don't pay these fees, it will be erased eventually. So I think that because this space definitely exists, lots of people complain, even in Twitter, that their policies suck. I think eventually either they will adopt, and I hope maybe big ones, and it's not that you either, you know, centralized or decentralized, it's always a mix of those two. So even Twitter can go more decentralized way if they adopt a pure decentralized policies for example, censorship, and the way they put the blue checks. This is also about decentralization. It doesn't mean that they have to, you know, put the MetaMask or something to register or to authenticate. They can do it using centralized methods, but they can become a little bit more decentralized. And NFTs are kind of the first step. This is the way I see it. So the NFT is the first step, but the next step will be, I don't know, we'll see.
So guys, we're running out of time, but basically everyone unanimously saying that it would be nice if we had decentralized social media platforms coming in because of our privacy, our ownership of the data of everything we put outside, you know, online. But we also all think it's very difficult. So it would be great companies coming out and creating these things. But I guess in the meantime, it's awesome because these Web2 companies have a huge distribution of a lot of people in the Web2 that they could push crypto and NFTs to. So we are all also excited for these Web2 companies coming in and get more people involved, more than 5% of the population that's currently involved in crypto. We want a lot more people. So these Web2 companies can do that for us. And that's all we have time for you guys for now. And we're gonna end it right now. But obviously, if you want to catch the panelists, the speakers, you can catch them, I guess, after the talk. Just ask them more questions. There's a lot more to talk about, but that's all we have time for today.
Yeah, I got a birthday today, so if anyone wants to party, just hit me up.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.